wish upon a star. Makes no difference who you are. Anyone you'd like to hear will come to you. Elementary, my dear friends. We are now about to visit the great mouse detective, which is the Basil of Baker Street. Basil of Baker Street is a brilliant mouse investigator, also known as the Great Mouse Detective. Basil lives on Baker Street in the home of Sherlock Holmes and models his life after the famous detectives. Basil is determined to beat his nemesis, Professor Ratigan, at all costs. He can be very self-centered. In fact, when he first meets Olivia Flaversham and Dr. Dawson, he barely acknowledges them. It is only when he realizes that taking Olivia's case will lead him to Ratigan that he agrees to help. Basil is a genius with a multitude of different areas of expertise, including history, science, and disguise. Basil's name draws inspiration from that of Basil Rathbone, an actor who portrayed Sherlock Holmes numerous times. Meet Olivia Flaversham. Olivia Flaversham seeks out the great mouse detective after her father, Hiram Flaversham, is abducted by a peg-legged bat named Fidget. Olivia is a very brave young mouse and is determined to find her father. She even helps the detective locate Hiram. Unfortunately, she is also kidnapped by Fidget, and Basil must save her. Now here is Hiram Flaversham. Hiram Flaversham is Olivia's father and the best mouse toy maker in all of London. Unfortunately, being the best is not always a good thing, because his extreme skill draws the attention of Professor Ratigan, who kidnaps him to create a clockwork mouse queen. Hiram refuses at first, but when Ratigan threatens Olivia's life, Hiram agrees to finish the invention. Hiram is rescued by Basil and Dr. Dawson, but his inventing days are not over. When he hears that Olivia has been kidnapped, Hiram creates a balloon ship to save her. Meet Dr. Dawson. Dr. Dawson is a highly respected mouse surgeon who has recently traveled to Afghanistan in service of the Queen. Upon his return to England, he immediately runs into a crying Olivia. Dr. Dawson helps Olivia find the great Basil at Baker Street and assists the great detective in finding Olivia's father, Hiram. Dr. Dawson's bumbling personality and heart of gold complement Basil's shrewd detective skills. The two mice work very well together. After they rescue Hiram and Olivia, defeat Ratigan, and save the Queen, Basil takes on Dr. Dawson as his partner. Say hello to Toby, Sherlock Holmes' friendly basset hound. Toby has the most splendid sense of smell. Even though he belongs to Mr. Holmes, he is eager to help with Basil's detective work. Toby's strong nose makes him excellent at tracking down thieves, although his frisky nature makes him working with him a bit risky. Toby is massive compared to the mice he works with, and he has been known to accidentally step on them, but Toby means no harm. Overall, he is one incredibly friendly pup. Now, here is Professor Ratigan. Professor Ratigan is Basil of Baker Street's arch-rival. He is a large rat with gray fur who often wears dark suits with a long black cape. Ratigan hates being called the Rat and is prone to fits of violence. And why did I describe him like that? He is charismatic but cold, calculating, and manipulative. He appears to be a gentleman, but has many sinister motives. Ratigan has a number of henchmen to do his bidding, including Fidget the bat, Felicia the cat, and Bill the lizard. Ratigan plots to take over Mousedom by replacing Queen Maustoria with a robot, so he can make himself king. He orders Fidget to kidnap Hiram and Olivia as part of his plan, but Ratigan is thwarted by Basil at Baker Street, and the villain falls off the Big Ben clock tower to his doom. In the novels of the film was based on, Ratigan is actually a mouse despite his name. This was changed for the film. There's Fidget. Fidget is a peg-legged bat with a poor ability to fly. He is also Professor Ratigan's right-hand man. In spite of his inability to fly well, Fidget is incredibly cunning and stealthy and is able to pull off many heists for Ratigan. In particular, he kidnaps Hiram Flaversham and later Olivia, but Fidget is very forgetful and clumsy and often accidentally leaves things behind. These clues allow Basil to track down Professor Ratigan. And here is Queen Maustoria. Queen Maustoria is the queen of Mousedom. The queen is kidnapped by Professor Ratigan before her 60-year jubilee, and then rescued by Olivia's dog friend Toby. Toby saves the queen from being eaten by Ratigan's cat, Felicia. Queen Maustoria is very grateful to Basil, Toby, Olivia, Hiram, and Dr. Dawson for saving her and the kingdom from Ratigan's evil plot, even going so far as to bestow knighthood on Basil and Dr. Dawson. And those are all the great mouse detective characters. Join me next time, and we'll go over some interesting godlike characters from Hercules.